Facebook friends are not useful in a natural disaster. They could be totally great, but they're across the country, or they're out of region, or they're even just on the other side of town. And when a big disaster hits, life gets very local very quickly. So your neighbors are what you have to work with.
Even though he literally wrote the book on it, Scott James doesn't call it emergency preparedness. He prefers mutual aid, because changing the terminology can change your mindset. Here's how his mindset changed.
It became a running joke with the guys at the pub of, hey, I heard about 10 times, and they said, well, my preparedness plan is just simply to go to your house. And the first time or two, that's kind of funny. And then the 10th guy that says that, you're like, wait a minute, this isn't going to work.
What works, says the ex-Microsoft employee turned author and executive coach, is simple. Get to know your neighbors.
First step is to throw a party, literally.
Then step up the small talk and find out something real about the people who live near you.
And you're recording what skills people have, then you record what kind of stuff they've got. If one neighbor has a chainsaw, that's plenty. The whole neighborhood doesn't need a chainsaw.
Preparedness.
Amber Richards is the emergency planner for the city of Bainbridge Island.
Neighborhood preparedness is really sort of the cornerstone of community preparedness. And in a disaster or any type of emergent event, it really, your neighbors are going to be essentially the first responders.
Mentality, James says, is more important than gear. After studying relief efforts internationally, he made an eye-opening discovery about the people who survive.
They don't have a well-stocked closet full of gear. What they do have is a calm demeanor and very strong relationships and friendships with their immediate neighbors.
For all of us, a huge concern in the event of a disaster is getting to loved ones. It's even more pronounced for people who live on any island, Bainbridge, Whidbey, Mercer, you name it. Because if the bridges go down or the ferries can't sail,
there's a big disconnect between when they think they're going to be able to get home and the reality of that it could be a week or more before you're able to get back to the island.
To combat this, James has another simple solution. Simply make a list of 10 people who'll come to your rescue, and don't just include your closest friends emotionally.
They're probably going to be walking or bicycling at best, because the roads will be toast. Vehicles and our normal means of transportation will not be there. But I encourage most of that list to be immediate neighbors.
Get to know your neighbors. They may just save your life. And even if they never have to, you still win. Because you got to know your neighbors.
You're getting to know other folks up and down the street, whereas normally you might not spend that much time talking with them.